This video was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime, and nobody has any permission to use this video without my permission or authorization. This music was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime. And nobody has any permission to use this music without my permission or authorization.
Okay, hopefully this thing's... Okay, yeah, it's recording, hopefully. Now, good late evening, yeah, 11 p.m. So good late evening, everybody. So this is going to be my third update to my Google Home situation. Apparently now my Hub Mini and my other Hub Max is doing the same thing that the one in my dining room was doing. So now the one in my living room, my Hub Max, and the Hub Mini in my living room, both are doing the same swirly glitchy mess thing. So at this point, I am convinced at this point that this is not a hardware issue I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a software issue. I got a freaking bad update because at this point, except for the actual speakers, the Google speakers that I have, at this point, all three of my Google Hubs are offline. They're down because they won't show anything on the screen because of Google's software update. I mean, I'm going to submit the video that I just made to the agent that I was talking. I know I'm not going to get talking to earlier today. I know I'm not going to get a response right away. I'm probably not going to get one until the morning, but I will give him the video and let him. Well, hello there, Luna. I know. I'm stressed and I'm being loud, but I can't help it because I'm annoyed. But yeah. Hey, don't. You don't want that. You don't want that. What are you doing? What are you doing, Luna? I know you were trying to cheer me up. Okay. As I was saying, yeah, so I'm going to submit that other video that I just made. I'll also be putting that video that I made into this video. So so that way everything is together, but I'll submit that video alone separately. I have to adjust it to make sure it doesn't it's not too big. Otherwise I'll have to grant the guy access again, because the way Gmail works is if your video is over a certain size, it automatically like downloads it, uploads it to your drive and then shares it as a shareable link. But the problem with shareable links is you have to make sure, unless you adjust it in your settings, you have to make sure to give people, access. So I'm going to have to see that. I'm going to probably have to just see if there's any way to compress the video or something to make sure it's not too big. But anywho, this what you're about to see basically is going to be that video of me showing the same thing happening to my my Nest Hub in my living room and my Nest Hub Mini in my living room. So now all three of my hubs are having the same issue. So at this point, I am convinced at this point that this is not a hardware issue. This is a straight, clear as day software bug. This is something with their new update or whatever they did to it, doing their updates with them disconnecting stuff and ending services and removing stuff and basically trying to nerf it left and right. They've messed something up to the point where the device doesn't work like it's supposed to, and it's nothing that I did. Blasted thing was working perfectly fine before their latest update. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm gonna have to submit it, and he's gonna have to give it to the engineers, and they're gonna have to figure something out. Because something needs to be done, because I swear to God, if I honestly have to replace all three of my hubs, I'm going to be extremely pissed off. All because of Google's freaking bad update. Nah. At that point, I'm gonna just stick to my fucking speakers and say fuck it. I mean, if I need a camera, I'll just buy like a regular camera, like I have one over there, and stick those where I need them. Because this is getting ridiculous. You know, I bought these devices to help me out, but they're becoming more of a problem at this point than a solution. Well, anywho, I'll submit that video, and I'll update, of course, if there's any more updates or any more new developments. Oh boy, I swear, if it's this week is just gonna be a pain. This week is just gonna be a pain in my butt, is it? So, anywho, without further ado, here is the video, and I hope you and well, I don't know how to put, but here's the video without any further ado.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like update number 3 in regards to my Google Home situation. Because just as I had feared, the same thing is happening to my other 2 devices. It's happening to my other Hub Max, and now it's happening to my Hub Mini as well. So at this point, I can definitely conclude it's not a hardware issue, it's a software issue, because same shit is happening right over here to my other 2 devices. And I'm cursing because this is getting ridiculous. No, I don't appreciate being having my entire Google Home system brought down because of a crappy update that they have pulled out. Because, yeah, both systems are doing the same thing again, and I've tried to reboot my network again. Same process that I went through last time. I've tried restarting the devices. I mean, heck, I'll unplug this one and plug it back in. See, maybe that will help. There. Pardon me. I had to burp because... There. So I plugged it back, so I unplugged it. Plugged it back in. We see the same result happening here. We get the dots, we get the frame, we get that, we see the G. And it just stays on the G for a really long time, which is troublesome. And then we have the swirling dots. Now, I'll do the same thing on this device. I'm not sure if it'll be... Hold on, I need to put the thing down. I need to put my phone down because I need both hands for this process. Okay, I just unplugged it. Plugging it back in. I see I have the gray G symbol. and I have the G. I got the frame, and now it's stuck on this G. And now I have that happening again, same thing. And rebooting my network does nothing, to no avail. It still does that. It's so it looks like all of my devices at this point are glitched out. And this is not a hardware thing, because I find it very unlikely for all of my for all the 3 of these devices to be going offline. So I don't know what's going on here, but this is getting ridiculous. I already called a complaint about my first device, but I guess I'm gonna have to update my complaint and tell them that the rest of my devices are doing the same thing. I mean, they were working fine a moment ago. All of a sudden, they just went kaputski, and that, all of a sudden they rebooted and that happened. It's the same exact thing. So at this point, this concludes it without a shadow of a doubt that this is not a hardware problem. This is a software issue that's going around. Because there's no reason why this should be happening. Now, and factory resetting does not help. You factory reset, it'll work normally for a little while, then it'll go back to doing this. The software in this device is bugged. Now, bear with me. I'm gonna continue the video on my computer here, because I feel more comfortable doing it from that room, and also it's easier to upload from my computer. So bear with me. I'm gonna switch to my computer, and so it's gonna be like multiple videos. So I'll attach this video to that one. Anywho, I'll be right back.
Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, I'm pretty sure it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that I'm having a software bug, not a hardware bug, not a hardware issue. And at this point, it's just ridiculous. This happened literally after the dang thing updated to whatever freaking update that Google pushed out. It was working perfectly fine before this update. Now, all of a sudden, it's doing this. I mean, I don't understand why it's doing it, but something is not right. Hopefully, Google can freaking help me out and fix my devices, because I paid good money for these devices, and it's not fair to me that they are no longer working because of something that Google did, not me. This isn't something that I did. If I did something to it, okay, yeah, I would accept my responsibility and so forth. But I didn't do anything to these devices. This was all on Google. This was them pushing some sort of weird-ass update that messed up my devices. Because they were working perfectly fine before this recent update. First, I had problems with my mini hub. Then I had problems with my Hub Max, and I still have problems with my Hub Max. Now I'm back to having problems with my mini again, and my other Hub Max that was working perfectly fine is having issues. I mean, for all 3 devices to fail all at once, that's kind of I would have to say either I'm having horrible luck or something else is going on here. And 3 devices failing like almost all at once, like one after the other almost, nah. I'm not going to buy that this is a hardware issue. This is definitely a freaking software issue. This is an issue with Google's update, and they need to fix this. They need to make it right. They need to roll it back so that way it works perfectly fine the way it was. Because apparently this update isn't working correctly. I'm not sure if anybody else is having this issue. I mean, if anybody else is having issues, this similar issue, feel free to comment say so in the comments, because the more people who speak out about this issue, the more likely that Google is going to be able to pinpoint what's going on and freaking resolve it. That's why at this point I'm asking my viewers here to help me out here, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are having this similar issue, comment down below in the comments, so that way Google can be made aware of this. And if you're having the same issue, do the same step that I did and contact Google. The more people contact them, the more likely the issue is going to be pinpointed and fixed. Because I don't know what's going on here, but this is not a hardware issue. This is a software issue, because all three devices are now having the same exact thing happening. The same exact thing. Like, I would be able to say to give them the benefit of the doubt if it was separate things happening. Like if all three devices was having separate issues. But no. This is all three devices having the same exact issue. So this is definitely a software bug in their latest update that they did. I don't know what they did. I don't know if it's the software itself or what they call it, the Fuchsia version, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. I think that's the OS it uses, is Fuchsia. Maybe it's that's messing with it and it's not working correctly. Because last time I checked, all of my devices are still fully compatible. There was no word in any of the Google forms saying that any of my hubs were like sunsetted or no longer would work. And also, if the update didn't work, they shouldn't have put it on my device in the first place. Because that would make perfect sense. If the update isn't compatible, you simply don't update. And that's the other kind of issue with these devices. I have no control over when it updates. That's all under Google's control. It's all done from the cloud. I mean, there's no ports on the device except for where you plug it in. There's no ports. So there's no way to fix it like you would, like if your phone was malfunctioning, you would plug in your phone and download the software from the manufacturer, where it be Samsung or from your phone provider, it'd be Verizon or whatever it would be. You can't do that. It has to be done all on Google's end. And now I just have to sit here and now twiddle my fingers until they actually figure out what the devil is going on with their freaking update, because it's apparently not working correctly, because my devices, all three of them now, are down. And at this point, I'm expecting my speakers to go down. If my speakers start going down, then I'm really, really going to be annoyed. All I know is, I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully, Google can get to the bottom of this, and my devices can be repaired, so that way they work, because I believe this whatever software in there just has to be rolled back, if that's at all possible, or it has to be re-updated to the point where it works again, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they removed or what they added, but whatever they did to it, they broke something, and all three of my devices are now basically glitched out. So anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to conclude this video for now, and I'll update if there's any more developments in this situation. However, I'll see you all on my updates, of course, and I'll see you all in my next video, whenever it is and whatever it is. Have a good day and or night, everybody. Bye. Jesus Christ. All the ridiculousness. Ay, yeah. Can't catch a break this week. Ay, ay, ay.